Welcome to the 4th edition of Full Moon's Video Zone. I hope you've enjoyed Trancers 2, and I can tell you it was a lot of fun directing this picture. I made the original Trancers back in 1985, and just to reunite all the people involved in the original alone was quite a task. But everyone came back, and more. Not only is Tim Thomerson back as Jack Death and Helen Hunt, but we also have Art LaFleur and Thelma Hopkins, and of course Megan Ward, who plays Jack Death's wife from the future, Richard Lynch, Barbara Crampton, and Jeffrey Combs. You know, it's funny, as we do these video zones, we're usually many months away from the release of the picture just because of the way the business works. And at this point, even though you've just seen Trancers 2, we probably have at least another 6 or 7 pictures finished and in the release cycle. There's Arcade, which I think you've seen some material on in the past, directed by Albert Pune, about a ghost in the machine, a bad video game that sucks in its players. There's also Doll Man, also directed by Albert Pune, which coincidentally stars Tim Thomerson, who you just saw in Jack Death. This is a very different character for Tim. This is a 13-inch cop from the future with a bad attitude, and there's a lot of action and fun in Doll Man. We're currently shooting a picture called Netherworld, directed by David Schmoller, who directed the original Puppet Master. And Netherworld is being shot in Louisiana and New Orleans right now, and that picture has some pretty bizarre special effects created by Mark Shostrom. Right after Netherworld, we are shooting Dangerous Toys this summer in New Orleans. David Goyer writes and directs, and you can imagine what that picture's about. After Dangerous Toys, it looks like I'll be directing again a film starring Jeffrey Combs called Dr. Mordred. And Dr. Mordred is a dimension traveler, and there's going to be a lot of special effects and a lot of fun in that project. After Trancers 2, we've got Puppet Master 3, which has turned out terrific. It's when good puppets turn bad. We shot it with the backdrop of World War II, and there's a new puppet called Six Shooter, which I think you'll all enjoy watching. By the time you see Puppet Master 3, we finally will have created a number of models of the puppets. Many of you have been writing in and asking for these, so at least I know we're going to have Tunneler, we're going to have Blade, we're going to have Torch, and hopefully we'll have Six Shooter. A lot of it is just a lot of fun, you know, the comic books and the video games, which are soon going to be coming out. Not to mention posters and T-shirts, and now we have this program of full moon trading cards beginning with Subspecies. So if you don't know this, every time you rent one of our videos, hopefully your store will have some of the full moon trading cards in stock. If not, of course, you can order them through our own list of merchandise. So the merchandise, and of course, most importantly, the movies, you know, keep it real exciting over here. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you into the next edition of the Video Zone.
After 6 years of missing in action, Jack's back in Full Moon Entertainment's action-packed sequel to the cult classic Trancers, Trancers 2.
Well, the first Trancers is basically a story of a future cop who comes to modern-day LA to chase a criminal by the name of Whistler, and in that chase, he falls in love with this girl named Lena, played by a fine young actress by the name of Helen Hunt. She and Jack Death pursue this bad guy through modern-day LA. It's sort of a film noir type tribute to the Sam Spade, Dashiell Hammett character and the Raymond Chandler Philip Marlowe character, all a little bit of Blade Runner in there. Yeah, little Blade Runner. Whoa, sorry. I had a big cup of espresso before this interview started.
As a matter of fact, the entire cast from the original Trancers returns. Thelma Hopkins of the popular TV series Family Matters reprises the role of Raines and is happy to be back in the Trancers fold.
It is a crazy cast of characters, but I think it's becoming like family. It's something we can look forward to. It's something we know. So I think it's always nice to come back to a film or a show where you know people and you have that camaraderie. You don't have to get to know someone. It takes some of the nervous tension out of it. And it's fun to come back and see what you're up to. And we're up to a lot. Thanks, guys.
Those guys are the writers of the original Trancers, Paul DeMeo and Danny Bilson, who have since moved on to other things.
We do the show The Flash. We're the executive producers of The Flash, which is a full-time job, and We made The Rocketeer for Disney.
Trancers was I think the second script we wrote for Charlie, but actually the first one filmed, and it was the first movie of ours that was ever made from one of our scripts.
Megan Ward plays Alice Stillwell, Jack's wife from the future. Although new to the Trancers cast, Megan is a familiar face to Full Moon fans.
Well, I've worked with Full Moon before. I did a picture called Crash and Burn, and I will be doing another film actually called Arcade. It's going to be directed by Albert Pune.
Welcome to old California, Alice. I'm your husband, Jack Death.
Oh my God, Jack, it is you. The only man I ever had sex with.
Wasn't that bad?
It feels like a big party. Everybody is in a great mood, and Tim is a lot of fun to work with, and so is Helen. It sort of helps the characters, I think, that I am the new kid, because that's how Alice is in the story. And it puts that challenge there as well.
You belong in a green world.
Another new addition to the cast is Richard Lynch, who plays the evil environmentalist, Dr. E.D. Wardo.
She needs special care. I'm going to transfer her to a place where I can give her all the care she needs.
Well, I think Wardo is your stereotypical despot. You know, he's looking to control the world. He is the antagonist in the film. I tried to bring some different, a different approach to him in a sense. He's a very eccentric character, Wardo. I stole a few things from the late Howard Hughes.
Aiding Dr. Wardo in his dastardly deeds are former James Bond girl Martine Beswick and a veteran of many Charles Band films, Jeffrey Combs.
It first started with actually Ghoulies, which I auditioned for, but I didn't get. But a year later, Reanimator came along, and Pit and the Pendulum. I think I've done 5 or 6 films for Charlie. I'm very proud to say.
It's going to make a good trance.
One has to have a great deal of sense of humor to have a resume like mine. Except that I did start in the Bond films. Who's sexier, Jack Death or James Bond? It's hard. It's really hard. I'm on the line, so I think maybe I'll refrain.
Another team in the film, although you will never see them on screen at the same time, is Art LaFleur and Alison Croft, who share the role of
McNulty.
Back down the line to 1985. You don't know what it was like the last time, waking up in the body of a 9-year-old girl.
I go back into the future, into the past, and all of a sudden there are certain things that I have now that then I don't have. You know what I mean? Like when you have an itch and you go to scratch it and it ain't there. Anyway.
Hey, Jack. Vacation's over, Jack. Time to get off your butt and go back to work. Hey, Alina. Nice robe.
It's great to actually be a guide, you know what I mean?
Picture, yeah.
Biff Maynard returns to his role of Hap Ashby, the ex-baseball star who can't resist the urge to play one final game.
Well, actually, the first one was a bottle ball game, was what that was. I was throwing 50 strikes in a row with bottles in the basement. This one, I'm throwing a baseball and drinking 50 bottles in a row.
The character of Lena, played again by Helen Hunt, graduates from punk rocker to computer whiz and true woman of the 90s.
If I catch you kissing that teenager again, I'll kick your ass.
That's the best thing about coming back after that long, is that you know everybody so well. You know, I hate the first day of shooting of a movie where everyone's getting to know each other and you're stepping on each other's toes.
To carry on with that warm feeling on the set, many family members did guest stints in Trancers 2. Tim Thomerson's brother and father. Helen Hunt's father.
Got any relish to put on this?
Oh, yeah, right in here.
Hey, I'm on a health kick.
The director's father.
Got any chili?
The director's mother-in-law and mother.
Don't worry, ladies. They're biodegradable.
I'm out of here!
Going beyond nepotism, Sonny Carl Davis, a.k.a. Rabbit, had his role tailor-made for him by the writer of Trancers 2.
A friend of mine, Jackson Barr, was writing this role. Then he thought of me at my insistence and kind of tweaked it a little bit more toward a happy-go-lucky guy that is not really crazy, but everybody thinks he is.
How many crazy people do you know making $63 a week?
One of the more humorous elements of Trancers 2 are Jack Deff's two wives.
Lena, don't jump to conclusions.
You're the one doing all the jumping, Jack.
Why does she keep butting in on us?
Ladies, please.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. That's the reason I carry this. Ain't nobody gonna get a hold of my women, by God. Neither Whistler nor any of them two-bit Trancers, no. Sorry.
As for the director and producer of Trancers 2, Charles Band.
Well, first of all, that's a psychological question, and psychology is a subject that I really know nothing about, probably due to an anal retentive attraction repulsion syndrome that I suffered as a neglected hyperactive youth.
Charlie Band, Chaz Band, CB, the El Regista, King Fists, Numero Uno. And is a real easy mellow director to work with, which is a bonus to be on a set where there's not some guy screaming and yelling. And I appreciate that. Brilliant young man. But anyway, that was Charlie Band, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems to be a real group of young, vibrant filmmakers who are doing their own thing. And I like that. I like being part of that.
Oh, this is gushing. This is just oozing out of every pore. Hey, there's a movie.
Charlie is great, and it's a very comfortable set, and he's encouraging instead of putting restrictions on the actor and the crew. He lets them bring out what's natural to them.
That's very fun.
Cut!
Action, everyone! Pow, pow, pow!
Jack's back, and on the Trancer attack in Trancers 2 from Full Moon Entertainment.
My first film was in 1982 called The Sword and the Sorcerer, and so in the last 9 years it's been pretty busy. I've done a lot of action, adventure, and fantasy primarily, and looking forward to maybe moving into more comedy, and I like thrillers. I really want to do a thriller. Well, Dollman's really interesting because the fact that you don't really normally see like a Lethal Weapon or a sort of a Terminator type movie where your hero is 13 inches tall and yet asked to do all the same types of action and blow villains away and chase, big chases and stunts. And I think the juxtaposition of a 13-inch Dirty Harry Schwarzenegger type in a land where everybody is quite a bit taller and bigger than he is, and where he faces those obstacles of being small. I think it was very humorous and really entertaining. Tim Thomerson plays Dollman, who you've just seen in Trancers, and he's great. He's great. It's a different side to Tim. He plays it. He's actually kind of the straight man to all the craziness around him. That's what makes it. That's really where the humor comes from, is the fact that you have this guy who's very focused, who's very professional, who's very, very intent and intense on doing what he thinks is right, and he's dealt constantly. He's having to deal with situations that are way out of his control and very absurd, and Tim did a great job of playing off of those situations. It was very difficult because you have to remember, because he's 13 inches tall, he can't play actually to the situations. He has to pretend, what's happening in front of him. Same with the other actors. They all had to pretend that Tim was there at 13 inches. So it's quite a challenge, I think, for all the actors. I enjoy the process of making movies enormously and hope to continue.
Do you remember that time we went after Whistler in New Chicago?
And we just fighting Trancers. I can't do this.
Well, we tried. If they try...
So that's how they do it.
You notice the radio? Really sorry, man.
So what am I supposed to do? Just take a powder? Alice, do I look like someone who's got...
So that's how they do it. It's easy enough.
You notice the radio van on the lintel? Obviously, my hair color there. Got my schmelman.
Hatch down the door.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Wardo. Hopefully in the future we'll... Okay.
Look, you creep. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say to you next. Can we start over?
They've got Lena, man. And it's a bummer. No, okay, wait. Hi. Have you seen this chick? This wool? This skirt?
Yeah, she was in here. But she left about half an hour ago with a couple of those guys who are always hanging around.
Green World guys?
Yeah, I thought she was working with them.
Jack Death's wife? How do I know he's over there already? Don't do that. Don't do that again.
Oh, shit. Sorry. The mission has to come first. You know that, McNulty.
She's your wife.
Everybody's my wife.
The Nazis thought they held the world's strings. But Andre Toulon didn't need wires to make death move.
Herr Toulon has developed a method of animating his puppets without string. It's as if they were alive.
If Stein is even half right, this could be very important to my work.
This is one of the puppets I was telling you about.
No!
Elsa, take what you want, you bastards, and get out of here.
That would be you, puppeteer.
Hansi!
Put him in the second car. Take him to Gestapo headquarters. And put the toys in with the toy maker.
Never knew a man who played with dolls before.
Herr Toulon was a skid your custody. We are very close to finding him.
No thing will stop me from seeking you out. And you will cry me mercy. And I will have none.
What is this joke? Find him. I don't care how many patrols it takes. Fight him! Herr Toulon, you are a genius.
Nelson, this is the best I can do for you now. But you can still revenge yourself.
What is the secret?
Nell! No mercy.
You think I'm afraid of this?
You will be afraid.
Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge. Welcome to Arcade, the hottest video game ever. It's got 7 levels of difficulty, graphics that you won't believe, and great joystick action. All you need to play are 2 quarters and your soul.
Greg? Stacy, where's Greg?
Go on, kids. I got something to show you in the other room.
This is Arcade. It's so real, you'll think you're actually in the game board. Enjoy.
we got some home versions of Arcade that I'm going to give you to take home.
Did you play Arcade last night?
No, my TV was busted.
It's alive, Nick. It's listening to us.
Shut up! Enough. Is it like, a supernatural evil that you're going off to fight, or is it like space aliens and like pod people and stuff like that? Just stay here, Stills.
And don't watch any TV. Lori? Lori!
Alex, wait!
No! Lori, wake up. We have to turn it off, Lori. I'm gonna turn it off. No!
Let's get the hell out of here.
Vertigotronics.
What?
They made Arcade. I mean, it's still a game, isn't it?
It's a machine without a soul. If he gets you, you're dead.
It's alive there. It's the one changing the rules.
Don't play this game. I'd like to, but I don't think that's an option anymore.
It's tough being a hero, isn't it?
Hold on.
Arcade. Kiss reality goodbye. The makers of Puppet Master and Reanimator take you to a time of madness.
Have mercy.
Arrest her.
An inquisitor's lust, a woman's innocence. His battle for her soul will create evil's ultimate weapon.
Look up.
The pit and the pendulum.
No one escaped. No one.
The Pit and the Pendulum, now on video cassette from Full Moon Entertainment.
Hi, Full Moon fans. I'm Charlie Spradling, and I'm back again to tell you about all the great things that are happening at Full Moon Entertainment. A lot of you have been asking how you can join our fan club, and I'm going to tell you how. But first, let me tell you about all the great things you get when you do join. You get this killer Full Moon t-shirt like the one I'm wearing. And you also get a copy of Moonflash. It's our quarterly magazine. It's got all the inside info about the characters, the directors, all that good stuff. It's really cool. You also get a chance at some special collector's items. You get all that for 20 bucks. I mean, 20 bucks, can you believe it? We've also got some great stuff to go along with our releases. Well, in addition to the killer posters and t-shirts you can also get CD and tape soundtracks from such movies as Pit and the Pendulum, Meridian, and Puppet Master 2. I'm starring the last two, remember? Don't forget to pick up our Full Moon trading cards, beginning with Subspecies and Trancers 2. They've got full painted pictures on the front, and on the back, exciting and secret information about the characters. They're really cool, and you can trade with your friends. Don't forget, when you're at your local comic book store, to pick up Malibu Graphics full-color adaptions of Subspecies and Puppet Master. And don't forget, coming soon is Doll Man. For information about all this great stuff I just told you about, or becoming a Full Moon Fan Club member, you can call us at 1-800-999-9559, or write to Full Moon Entertainment, P.O. Box 526, 8721 Santa Monica Boulevard, West Hollywood, California, 90069. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned to Video Zone.